On September 3, 2025, Beijing's Tiananmen Square became the stage for a massive military parade, marking the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. This grand event was not just a commemoration, but a powerful statement of China's historical journey and its current standing in the world. The event was a meticulously choreographed display of national pride and military might, watched closely by the world. Thousands of troops, hundreds of vehicles, and a dramatic aerial flyover filled the square, each detail designed to project China's strength and discipline. The 70-gun salute and flag-raising ceremony set a tone of solemn reverence and unity. The atmosphere was charged with a sense of purpose and national pride, as citizens and soldiers alike participated in this historic moment. This was more than a celebration. It was a declaration of China's transformation from a nation scarred by invasion to a global power. The parade served as a reminder of the country's resilience and its journey towards becoming a formidable force on the global stage. State media emphasized themes of resilience and self-reliance, highlighting the progress China has made over the decades. The narrative was clear. China has risen from the ashes of its past to become a beacon of strength and stability, framing the parade as a symbol of peace and stability. The release of doves and balloons at the end underscored China's message: military strength in service of peace. This symbolic gesture was meant to convey that while China is prepared to defend itself, it also seeks harmony and peaceful coexistence with the world. For China, this was a moment to control the narrative, to present itself as a nation that has overcome adversity and is now a key player on the global stage, and showcase its arrival as a major force shaping global affairs. The presence of international delegates and the extensive media coverage further highlighted the significance of this event, marking it as a pivotal moment in China's modern history. At the historic Gate of Heavenly Peace, President Xi Jinping stood before a sea of dignitaries, military officials, and citizens, delivering a speech that carefully balanced aspirations for peace with unmistakable signals of military strength. His words echoed across Tiananmen Square, setting the tone for a day that would blend solemn remembrance with a display of national pride and power. Xi began by honoring the immense sacrifices made by the Chinese people during World War II, paying tribute to the millions who fought and fell. He emphasized China's pivotal role as a key contributor to the Allied victory, reminding the world that the nation's resilience and unity helped shape the outcome of the global conflict. The wreath-laying ceremony and salutes to veterans underscored a deep respect for history and those who defended the nation. Addressing a world he described as standing at a crossroads, Xi urged nations to choose dialogue over confrontation, advocating for mutual respect and cooperation. Yet, he was equally clear that China's military would resolutely defend its sovereignty and territorial integrity, sending a message to both allies and rivals that China's patience should not be mistaken for weakness. Without directly naming Taiwan, Xi alluded to China's core interests, signaling unwavering readiness to protect what the government considers its most vital national priorities. His words were measured but firm, leaving little doubt about China's stance on issues of sovereignty. Xi insisted that China's ongoing military modernization is purely defensive in nature, not intended as a threat to any other nation. He argued that a strong and capable Chinese military is a stabilizing force in the region and the world, projecting confidence that China's rise would contribute to global peace rather than disrupt it. The parade itself was a vivid embodiment of this dual message. On one hand, a powerful show of military might, and on the other, gestures of goodwill and peace, such as the release of doves. The event was carefully choreographed to convey both benevolence and deterrence, reflecting the complexity of China's position on the world stage. Xi's vision was unmistakable. China's strength, he declared, is not just a shield for its own people, but a guarantee of peace and stability for the broader international community, provided that China's terms and interests are respected. He concluded by calling for renewed global cooperation and understanding, positioning China as a confident, responsible leader ready to shape a new era. Xi's message was one of assurance and resolve. China seeks peace, but will always stand ready to defend its vision of national rejuvenation. While Beijing celebrated, President Donald Trump responded from afar with a barrage of posts on Truth Social. He dismissed China's peaceful rhetoric, accusing Beijing of conspiring against U.S. interests. Trump demanded recognition of America's role in China's World War II victory. challenging Beijing's narrative. He pointedly addressed Putin and Kim Jong-un, framing the parade as a gathering of adversaries. Trump's comments were designed to rally his base and highlight the deepening US-China rivalry. The timing, amid fragile trade talks, underscored the persistent mistrust between the two powers. The parade became another flashpoint in the ongoing strategic competition. The parade's centerpiece was a stunning showcase of China's latest military technology. Domestically built tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery rolled through Beijing, underscoring self-reliance. The missile display, including hypersonic weapons and intercontinental ballistic missiles, sent a clear message of deterrence. Overhead, advanced stealth fighters and bombers flew in tight formation, highlighting the PLA Air Force's modernization. Autonomous vehicles and drones signaled China's investment in future warfare and artificial intelligence. The event also spotlighted cyber and information security as new frontiers of defense. Every element, from soldiers to cyber units, projected China's rapid technological progress. The message: China is closing the gap with the West and ready for the challenges of modern conflict. The guest list at the parade revealed shifting global alliances. Over 20 leaders attended, mostly from countries aligned with Beijing or integrated into its economic sphere. Putin and Kim Jong-un's prominent presence symbolized a new axis challenging US dominance. Southeast Asian leaders' attendance highlighted China's growing regional influence. Western leaders were notably absent, a silent rebuke to China's assertive nationalism. South Korea's absence underscored the delicate balance many nations face between China and the US. The contrast with previous parades showed a world increasingly divided into rival blocs. For Beijing, strong attendance from partners was a diplomatic win. The event made clear nations are being forced to choose sides in a polarized world. Kim Jong-un's attendance at the high-profile event, accompanied by his daughter Kim Ju-ae, immediately drew the eyes of the world. Their presence was not just symbolic, it was a carefully orchestrated display of North Korea's leadership, designed to send a message both at home and abroad. The sight of Kim Ju-ae, often seen at her father's side, has become increasingly common, fueling speculation about her future role in the regime and the continuity of the Kim dynasty. Their prominent treatment by Chinese officials signaled a significant warming of China-North Korea ties. The event reinforced the image of a united front, not only with China, but also with Russia, as the three countries showcased their diplomatic alignment. This public display of camaraderie was a clear message to the international community that these nations are strengthening their bonds in the face of Western pressure. Kim Ju-ae's visible and active role at such a major event suggested her grooming as a potential successor. Her repeated appearances alongside her father are seen as deliberate moves to solidify the Kim family's grip on power, ensuring the dynasty's future and stability in North Korea's political landscape. China's lavish hospitality, from red carpet welcomes to state banquets, underscored its desire to keep North Korea close. As Pyongyang deepens its ties with Moscow, Beijing is keen to maintain its influence and ensure North Korea remains a strategic partner in the region. For North Korea, the visit was more than a diplomatic engagement. It was a chance to break the narrative of isolation. The extensive media coverage and public ceremonies showcased the regime's legitimacy and its ability to command respect on the world stage. The image of Kim Jong-un and his heir being honored in Beijing sent a powerful message of strength and continuity. It was meant to reassure North Koreans of their leadership's stability, while also signaling to the world that the Kim dynasty remains firmly in control. Ultimately, the spectacle was a defiant signal to the US and its allies. Rather than isolating Pyongyang, international pressure has only pushed North Korea closer to Beijing and Moscow, strengthening a bloc that is increasingly willing to challenge Western influence in the region. The parade unfolded amid tense US-China relations, marked by trade wars and strategic rivalry. Recent months saw a fragile truce, with both sides pausing tariffs to allow for negotiations. Beijing's show of force risked derailing talks, highlighting China's dual strategy: economic engagement and military assertion. Analysts debated whether the event would poison the atmosphere or if economic incentives would keep talks on track. The display of advanced technology, central to trade disputes, fueled US concerns about China's ambitions. Despite posturing, both nations had strong reasons to seek a deal and stabilize markets. The parade illustrated the challenge managing rivalry while maintaining vital economic ties. The parade spotlighted the growing China-Russia partnership. Putin's role as guest of honor symbolized their alignment against U.S. dominance. On the eve of the parade, Xi and Putin signed a major energy deal, deepening economic interdependence. The Power of Siberia 2 pipeline will supply Russian gas to China, creating a powerful energy bloc outside Western influence. Their partnership extends to military cooperation and joint foreign policy, forming a formidable counterweight to the West. The public display of unity signaled China's unwavering support for Russia, despite Western pressure. This no-limits partnership is reshaping global geopolitics. The parade was as much a celebration of this alliance as of China's own power. The 2025 parade stood out for its geopolitical clarity and unapologetic display of advanced weaponry. Unlike previous parades, this event reflected a sharply polarized world, with China, Russia, and North Korea aligned against absent Western leaders. The contrast with the 2015 parade, which saw broader international participation, highlighted a decade of deteriorating relations. China used the event to declare itself a military peer competitor, focused on next-generation warfare. The parade was more than commemoration. It was a statement about China's confidence and intent to challenge the post-Cold War order. It crystallized the rise of a strategic bloc countering Western influence and the deepening U.S.-China rivalry. The spectacle in Tiananmen Square will echo for years, marking a world in rapid transformation.